Schools across the country are feeling the effects that this pandemic has had on them. Some of the effects may even surprise you. Elementary school teacher Laura Rigdon talks about the effects it has had on her students.
Mood can be somber because they're not allowed to interact with their peers like they once were. Like going to their locker with their friends, or just like, hey, this group, I need y'all to go to the office and pick something up for me. They can't do that together anymore. We can't go to the lunchroom and sit together in groups. Some kids like to trade food, things like that. They're not allowed to do anything like that with their peers like they once were able to do. We also have like lunch with a buddy, if they can earn that reward and they can sit with a friend at lunch, and they're not allowed to do that either. We have to keep that distance.
Teachers are not the only ones speaking out. Third grader Talon Woodall talks about what he misses most before the pandemic.
Whenever we get in groups, we can't do that anymore. And like that was a huge part of school, and we can't do that anymore because of COVID.
As students go back to school from remote learning, many parents across the country welcome their children going back safely. Tiffany Long and Cherry Buck are both mothers to elementary school kids and talk about their experience parenting and teaching back in March.
For math and reading, like she was familiar with it, but she was not feeling it at home. So for me to get her to do it was such a struggle. We were arguing about it every day, and I had to bribe. It was kind of a nightmare.
And we would get up and we would do, say, spelling to start the day. And we would have to go through the packet and do everything in the packet. But then we had time to have fun too, like cook in the kitchen and go out and look for leaves or whatever in the yard, and flowers. And so we tried to adapt to it. And I thought we did really well.
With many parents still on the fence on whether their children should go back to school, Miss Rigdon has this final message.
We are trying our best to make sure everyone is safe. I do think that school and in person is the best place for children to be, if at all possible. I do understand some students do have health risk, and so they are afraid, for their students to come to school. But, with the numbers and the scientific results behind it, I do think that school is, especially for smaller children, the safest place.